Okay, everyone. Tonight we're going to talk about a company called Surge 365. And Surge 365 is a company that sells what we call an exclusive travel club membership. Now, in keeping it simple, when you hear me say the word travel club membership, just imagine, if you would, any company that has a membership program. For instance, with AAA, you have to have a membership. A gym membership, you would have to actually have one in order to take advantage of their equipment, and even a country club. So the only thing I want you to do is to be able to see the relationship between the company's products, services, and goods, and that each person has to have a membership. Well, the same principle applies with Search 365. We have an exclusive travel club membership whereby we have three distinct products, and I'm going to begin to talk to you about the more popular one in just a second. But before I do, I want to leave you with a little information about the industry. First of all, do note that the travel industry is an $8.1 trillion industry. That's $1 trillion with a T like in Thomas. People, that's a lot of money. And if you are able to recapture any portion, whatever dollar amount, back for you and your family, the only thing I ask people to do, would you be willing just to listen to what I'm going to say? And if the answer is yes, you're welcome to be here today. But in addition to that, I want you to know that the founders of Search 365 are very familiar with how to sell the travel business online. In fact, we have sold over $3 billion in the travel sales industry. And that's billion with a B like in boy, which means that allows you to know that we must know something about selling travel online. And in addition to that, out of the $3 billion that's been sold, we've paid out to our sales force, for instance, over 40,000 $1,000 bonuses, over 500 $10,000 bonuses, and over $100 million earners that we have with the company. I'm very proud to say that the person who introduced me to this program and to this opportunity, as well as the membership, is one of the $1 million earners with the company. So now, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and begin to talk to you about the products of Search 365, which is our initial product called our Platinum product. What is our Platinum product? The Platinum product has a number of different benefits that come along with it. And I'm going to share with you some of the benefits. Now, what you are looking at right now is what we call our portal. This portal is exclusive only to Platinum members of Search 365. Now, if you notice that if I go across these tabs, it says hotels, cruises, car rentals, airfares, extended stays, marketplace, lifestyle, timeshare owners, and the list goes on and on. Now, when I touch these tabs, just imagine you were in one of those warehouses that I indicated earlier, like Sam's Club, and you were able to come inside because I have a membership. Otherwise, you would not have access to this portal. You'll notice also that when I scroll down the portal, you'll see that it says that we've saved our members over $26 million, going on 27 million. When I first got into this company, it was about 13 million. So we are doing extremely well. In addition to that, these tabs that I've been touching is equivalent to or similar to going down aisles in, say, a warehouse filled with product, services, and goods. And you know and I know that one visit to that warehouse would not allow me the opportunity to see everything in that warehouse. Well, the same thing is tonight. These sub-tabs, for instance, indicate different aisles with products, services, and goods, and you're not going to be able to see everything tonight. But I promise you, if you sit back, if you relax, if you allow me the opportunity to paint a very vivid picture to you, then I promise you, you're going to basically have the same mentality that most of us did when we first saw the product. And the reason is because we know for a fact that everyone on this call know at least about 500 people. And that's been statistically proven, especially with our social media systems that are in existence today. And we also know that 99% of the people that you presently know, 99% of them already travel. They travel even on either on an avid basis, or they travel maybe once a year for vacation here and there, or they may have to go on emergency reasons due to some type of bereavement. But they do travel. Is the point that I want to stress to you. So we know that we are in an industry that is very lucrative, and people love to have fun in the travel industry. Now, I'm going to touch one of these tabs, for instance, called extended stays. And I'm going to scroll down, and here it is. We're going to look at what we call bonus weeks. Now, let me explain very quickly to you what bonus weeks entail. First of all, remember, everything that I'm sharing with you right now is only exclusive to the Platinum member. And note this, that every week the company sets aside X amount of resorts for their Platinum members. So this particular week that we're in right now, and as I'm speaking to you, indicates that we have 51 resorts that have been reserved for Platinum members, out of which there are a total of 938 weeks total. Now, the first thing you will probably ask yourself is this: where are they located? What do they look like? Well, I'm going to scroll up and down this page, and you can look toward the extreme left, and you can see a pictorial view of what some of the resorts look like. And I think you would agree that they're beautiful. As I go toward the bottom of the page, you'll see that I could go to page 2, 3, 4, and continue until I see all 51 resorts. Or there's an easier way that if I wanted to just get a quick bird's eye view and look and see where it says all locations, and I will click this little tab, and then a drop-down box will appear. Now, once the drop-down box appears, it allows an individual to see where they are located, first within the United States, and if you notice, it has it in alphabetical order for state to state, and each city with a one-to-one correspondence with that particular city where we can find the resorts. In addition to that, if I scroll down, you'll notice that there are some in Brazil. Here's some in Canada, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Mexico. And because I told you this is a live site, as I am speaking to you, they could add, they can subtract whatever they want to as we're speaking. And because remember, people are literally purchasing throughout this entire United States with our system as I'm talking to you. It's just that you're able to go into this site right now because I'm allowing you to basically see some of these prices. Now, the bonus weeks we call insider pricing is where we get crazy out of this world pricing. So let's suppose, for instance, that you would ask me to pull the tab down again, and let's just select one of these locations in order for you to have a better understanding of what I mean. So let's suppose you wanted to go to Mexico, for instance, and you wanted to know how many resorts did they have in Mazatlan. Well, we would just click Mazatlan, and the computer will let us know that it found a total number of 3 resorts that are in Mazatlan. And these are the 3 resorts, and you can see that they're very beautiful. But if we wanted to see what they look like on a closer view, we could just, enlarge it, and we can get more descriptions of that location. First, we can see that it's a 5-star resort located very close to the ocean. It's beautifully landscaped. The ambiance is beautiful. And then if I wanted to find out more information about it, I could either scroll down and read all of the information, including what are amenities and everything else. Now, let's suppose hypothetically that you say, oh, wow, this is a beautiful resort and this will work for me. I just need to get away. So therefore, I need to know, when is it available? Well, and then I will come back to this screen. I will click View Dates Available, and a drop-down box will come. Now, if you notice, it says that there are 2 dates that are available, March 25th, but if you notice, this is an entire week, not just one night. March 25th through April the 1st, and April the 1st through April the 8th. And it also indicates that 4 people can go to this resort during those 2 weeks. And the price for this, it was $384. But look, they slashed it down to $192 or $169. Isn't that what we call crazy out of this world pricing? Because we're talking about four people can go for $169. This is not $169 per person. Now, the great thing about it is that if you don't see a week there, that means that it's already been taken, and they'll pull it out of inventory. So one of these weeks, literally leave before we leave tonight, you would only see 1 week available. Because last week we had 4 more weeks available, which means that people purchased them all up. If you notice also to the extreme right, it says reward credits. Reward credits are given to platinum members each and every time they make a purchase in any form or fashion on our website or our portal. In this particular case, you can see the number of reward credits you would obtain. Now, these reward credits will be dumped into what we call an imaginary vault or a vacation vault. So every time you purchase, more and more reward credits will be accrued. And once you've accrued a number of them, you will be able to redeem them. For instance, this particular resort that we're on right now, it indicated, do you want to pay with it with money or reward credits? So if I had enough reward credits in order to redeem it, I would click reward credits and it would automatically deduct them out of my vacation vault. Isn't that wonderful? And the prices are extremely great. Now, can you just imagine a person who's retiring, for instance? This is what I call a retirement man's dream, because most people, when they retire, they would love to travel. But what they don't want to do is to spend all of their earnings, meaning their pensions that they've saved up for. But now with prices like this, they can't afford not to travel. And we're talking about going globally. Global. Now, that's Mexico. Let's try one more just to make sure that you can have a clear understanding of how bonus weeks work. So let's go within the United States, for instance, and let's suppose you wanted to go maybe to, let's say, Florida. And here's Orlando, Florida. And you and I both know that that's a tourist place. And most people will take their children or their grandchildren or just a family, they do a family outing, and they go down to Disney World. First, let's find out how many resorts it found. Well, it said that it found one resort, and let's look at let's look and see what it looked like. Still waiting for it to pop up with the picture. There goes. First, you can see that it too is a 5-star resort, and the pictures are beautiful. In fact, it looked as though it may be a theme park in itself. Wouldn't you agree? Look at there. But the great thing about this particular resort that I like to bring to everyone's attention is this. It's very close to Disney World, which means we're talking about a couple of miles away from Disney World. And you and I both know that when most people decide to go to Disney World, they get a hotel, not a resort. So if nothing else, they brought us up on another level right there. They get a hotel, and the hotel is so far away from Disney World, the theme park, that they would have probably get a taxi or an Uber or something like that to drive them in. I have friends, for instance, they've spent over $10,000, $15,000 just to take their families to Disney World. And that's a lot of money, but it's worth it when you basically, you have your family. So let's see when it's available. Okay, it looks like they have 3 weeks available. And if these weeks work for you, 4 people can actually go. And here's a price as low as $350. In January, the 6th of next year to January 13th. Here's December the 2nd. Could you just imagine if you lived in New York in December and it's freezing cold, snowing, and you can go to a place like New York for an entire week for only $350? You get your reward credits, and all you do is just select it and go from there. Now, I do want you to do me a favor, though. Keep this resort, in fact, both of the resorts that I've shown you, keep them in your mind vividly, because I'm going to use them in the future for something else if it's available. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, with that type of a scenario, you can clearly see how the bonus weeks work for platinum members. But let's suppose you were to tell me something like this. RC, it's obvious. These resorts are beautiful. They're exclusive. They're rated very well, and they're the cream of the crop. But however, RC, I noticed that where I want to go, it wasn't there. And I'll say, that's no problem, John, or whatever your name is. I'll say, because the thing is with Search 365, we allow you to go wherever you want to go, whenever you want to go, and with whom you want to go. See, this was just a bonus weeks that they were giving us, and they give them to us every week, and they can, they change on a weekly basis. So I'm going to create a scenario that you will probably say something like this. In fact, I know specifically where I want to go because I have a friend who's going to London next month. And I would love to go to London with them. And I'll say, fine, that's no problem. We can get you the proper accommodations. But before we get your accommodations, do you mind if I ask you a few questions about your friend? Have they purchased their hotel yet? Their car rental, their airfare? Have they purchased their tour packages? And if the answer to that is no, let me show you another benefit that you have being a Surge member. Surge Platinum member. Because as a Platinum member, you're going to also get with your benefit package something called a Vortex website. Now, just imagine right now, I'll tell you that it's equivalent to something like Orbitz or Travelocity or some other website that you're more familiar with. But now you have a website that's exclusive for you and your own domain name. My domain, for instance, is called GoCRC.com. So I'm going to pretend as though your friend is my friend. And I'm going to go to that friend and say, Johnny, well, let me ask you a question. Have you purchased your hotels yet for London? I understand you're going in a couple of months or next month. And they tell me no. And then I'll say, well, will you do me a personal favor? Before you finalize your accommodations and your entire itinerary, will you at least go to my website? I'm a travel consultant now. And will you go to my website before you pull out your credit card? And will you at least look at what I have to offer? And they'll say, sure, no problem. Because if I can get that person the same hotel, the same beach, the same sand that they're going to, and it may be a few dollars less, would they probably purchase from my site versus the site they're familiar with? I think they'll probably purchase it from my site, if nothing else, just because we're our relationship. So once they go to my site that says GoCRC.com, this is what they're going to land on. Let me go up here. They're going to see a website that looks like this. And it says, welcome to your travel savings vortex. And it says, find out how we beat the other guys. And who are the other guys? The guys that he's already looked at. Because remember, I didn't ask him to stop shopping. I just said, before you finalize your booking, will you come to my site? Now he's here. And we're going to show him how we can beat those other guys that he shopped around with 85 to 90% of the time. That's a high percentage. We're not saying 100% of the time, but 85 to 90% of the time. So if he was to say $5, that's less than what he was able to purchase it at Expedia or wherever he was. And the great thing about it, he can sign up for free. So can you just imagine? So far, I haven't asked him for a dime. I've only pointed him to a website that he did not know existed. Once he gets here and he reads that information, or he can click this button and get a less than a minute presentation of what this exactly said, the same thing it said. He will put in his first name here. He will put in his last name, enter his email address. He will create a password and confirm that password that he created, and just that fast, he would have the opportunity to go into my website and begin to shop. If he was on Facebook, for instance, he wouldn't have to come out of Facebook. He can click a Facebook tab that says connect with Facebook. Just that quickly. Or if he left and came back to this site, he would go toward the top and he'll notice that he's at the right site because that's my name, all of my pertinent information if he needs to contact me. But he will put in his email address here that he registered with. he will put in his password here, whatever he registered with, and it is case sensitive. So he would have to remember his exact spelling of his password and the case sensitiveness of it. Then he would press the blue button that says sign in, and just that quickly, he would have an opportunity to go to my extremely great Vortex website in order for him to be able to save money on the same things that he's already shopped around. Now, keeping that in mind, let's create that event that he's going to go to. He wants a hotel, and he wants to go to London. So I'm going to type in London here, and I'm going to create a date. We'll say maybe he's going next month. And he's going to probably go for 2 weeks, let's say from the 4th until the 18th, along with a companion, maybe a wife or a friend or whomever. And now the computer, he will click search, and it will do just that. What is it searching? It's searching for every hotel that's in London during the time that he specified. It will come back with pictures of them in order for him to see them. It will allow him to see if he's saving any money on the hotels compared to where he basically had already shopped. And if so, hopefully he'll purchase from you. There it goes. So it's found over 600 hotels for you. And again, I've already told you we've put a rating in from 2-star to 5-star. So we're going to say, for instance, let's suppose, remember, you were already ready to pull out your credit card. I'm just scrolling through these just to let you see how beautiful the hotels are. And you may have seen something on another site, for instance. And I'm just going to create a scenario that maybe you saw this hotel called the Royal Park Hotel right here. Let's see if I can get my cursor. There goes. The Royal Park Hotel. And let's suppose when you went to about 4 or 5 different sites, the lowest fare that you personally found was maybe $275. But you were happy with that per night. And you were ready to pull out your credit card. But if you notice, our computer did some work for you that you were not capable of doing. We searched the entire internet, and we found out that this particular hotel, the lowest rate online is $258, and you didn't even find that. But in addition to that, just because you came to my website, you're not going to pay the lowest fare online. You're going to pay $238, which means you've saved $669. Are you going to purchase from me or the other site? You know you're going to purchase from us, because you look how much you've saved, over $600. Or if it was this particular hotel, and you found out there was a different price, and now you're finding out you purchased it lower from us, you saved over $1,400. Or whichever hotel you saw, I just want you to see that they're saving. And you are 100% ready to purchase that hotel, and now you're so ecstatic about it, you can't wait to sign up with us. Now watch what happens. You're excited because you saved over $600, but I'm excited that you came to my Vortex site. And why? The reason is because whatever dollar amount a person saves on my website, no matter if it's small or large, I'm going to get the equal value of whatever they saved. So if this person saved $669, I just earned $669. And think about it. The only thing I did was pointed him to a website that he had no knowledge of existed. Just that simple. So don't you know I'll be passing my cards out to a lot of people now, because they know a lot of people. And by the way, this person probably said something like this. Oh, I forgot to tell you. It's about 10 of us going. So let me see if I can stop them before they purchase theirs. Now that's 10 times $600 and something that I'm earning. And in addition to that, do you recall that I said that being a platinum member has benefits with those what we call reward credits? Well, every time a purchase is made on our website, there are reward credits associated to them. But they go to the platinum member, and in this particular case, this person is not even a member, needless to say platinum, so those reward credits come to my vacation vault, along with all 10 of the others of his friends. Isn't that wonderful? See, when I first saw that, I was very excited. But now, you are ready to go purchase your ticket, because you wanted to go also. But the only thing that's different, you're not going to purchase from your Vortex site because I told you that you were a platinum member. So we're going to go back to your portal. If you recall, it had hotels. So we're going to click where it says hotel, and we're going to put in the same information that we did for your friend. In other words, we're going to try to synchronize your itinerary with them. Now, when you search for a platinum member, notice the computer looks for the best of the best hotels for us. I'm looking for London. Okay, there's the United Kingdom. And we're going to say, again, we're going to go in April, and we're going to go from the 4th until the 18th. And I'm going to say 2 people just to keep it simple. Now, if you notice while it's searching, notice that it asks me, do I want to pay with money or reward credits? See, it didn't ask my friend that on the Vortex because they're not a platinum member. But if I had enough reward credits, I could actually go for free. Isn't that great? So now the computer is searching just like it did for the Vortex customer with a little difference. It's looking for the best of the best hotels for me. And if by chance some of theirs fall in there, so be it. But they're looking for the better everything, better pricing, better, quality, everything. So they found 634 hotels for me. And I'm going to go back to my friend's site, which was the Vortex, and see what was the name of the hotel that we found for them. I think it was called the Royal Park Hotel, or here's the Adria, or here's the La Suite. I see that one over there already. Let's suppose he got that one, and he saved $554. Or let me see if I can find the other one called the Royal Park. Here's the La Suite. So let's suppose we said the La Suite. Now, your friend purchased the La Suite hotel right here. And they saved $554, and he was paying $3,325. He's happy. You just earned $554. You're happy. Okay? And you have the reward credits for him and his friend. So remember, they're paying $3,325. But as a platinum member, let's see how much you're paying for the suite. First, the public is paying $3,879, but your friend is not paying that much. But as a platinum member, you're saving $1,464. So you only pay $2,415. And remember, you earned about $500 some from him, so you can apply that to it if you want to, times 10 of those people, plus you're getting your own personal reward credits. So when you get there, now you could probably buy them dinner. They'll think that you're really doing something, but they didn't know that was basically because of their servicing you, coming to your Vortex site. So you can see there is a major difference in being a platinum member and just being a Vortex customer. The same principle applies for cruises, but there are many benefits in being a platinum member. Let me add another one for you. Let's suppose you've always wanted to enter into the travel business, and maybe one day you wanted to have been a travel agent, a licensed travel agent, but time did not allow you to go to school, pay your maybe $5,000 or more for your training, and it just never worked out for you. Well, as a platinum member, you have the option, if you want to become a licensed and certified travel agent, we have a course you can actually take online. So you do it in the comfort of your home, and guess what? You become a licensed travel agent. Now you can book other people's travels. You can book blocks of hotels, blocks of airfare, everything for them, and receive, in addition to that, a commission. Isn't that wonderful? In addition to that, we have what we call a personal concierge. So everything that you see that I'm typing in, if I didn't want to type it in, I can pick up the phone, call my concierge, and say, you know something, I like to go to London from this day to that day. These are a list of hotels. If you could try to find for me, give me the prices. Isn't that wonderful? So let's suppose you were going on a cruise, or my friend was going on a cruise, and they said, I'm going to go on a family reunion cruise, and I'd love for you to go. I'll say, fine, give me all the information, the daytime hours, the cruise line, everything, but I don't want your travel agent's information because I have a concierge who's going to give me, again, another benefit, 110% price guarantee to say when I purchase, I'm purchasing at the lowest possible prices on the internet. So look at all of those options I have. I can purchase it myself. I can become a travel agent. I can get benefits as a travel agent. And I can literally go ahead and select all the information. And if they were going to go on a tour while they were there, I could get my tour package, everything. This is just an example to show you sometimes we get really crazy deals to go into different locations. And in addition to that, as I'm waiting, the cruise liners are eventually going to pop up down in this bottom portion right down here. And it's going to show you all the different cruise liners that we basically represent also. And they're basically everything that you probably are familiar with already. Isn't that wonderful? Now, the same principle, once you get to your designated location, you're going to probably purchase or get a rental car. So let's suppose we need a rental car and we were going to one of those insider pricings and we were going to go down to Mexico and maybe get a car in maybe, let's say, Cancun. So let's just suppose, because we're going to tell them that we want to pick it up in Cancun, Mexico, at the airport. And we want to pick it up maybe next month for about a week. We're going to keep it. We're going to return it back to Cancun airport in about a week. And if you notice, you can pay with money or reward credits again. Everything, including that cruise I was telling you about. Now the computer is searching. What does it say? Oh, I've got to enter the time. We're going to say we're going to pick it up maybe about 12 o'clock p.m. and return it about the same time. So now the computer is searching for every rental car that's over in Cancun, and it's going to give me the prices. Now, I want to make notes to you already, and that is this. We do not, I'm going to reiterate, we do not regulate airfares. We don't regulate any type of car fares. Any fares you see, we just enjoy the benefits of them. So don't get caught up into all of that. But look at the car rentals, for instance, in Cancun. What about 70 cents a day? Have you ever heard of that? Here's an intermediate car for, 74 cents a day. So if you saw a car that worked for you, you just go ahead and click book now and finalize it. Just that simple. And we have a phrase in Search 365 that says, membership has its privileges. Same principle with airfares. But again, we don't regulate airfares. We only enjoy the benefit. What are the benefits? Well, if you notice, I haven't gone from site to site looking for any type of price comparison. That's because that's part of my benefit package, Platinum Member. We know for a fact that every time we purchase online, we're purchasing at the 110% lowest possible fare. And if not, they're going to give me the difference in what we call reward credits. So I'm going to say we're going to go from Los Angeles to Atlanta. And I'm going to say we're going to go maybe for an entire week, maybe next month, leaving on the 4th, coming back maybe on the 11th. And again, you can pay with money or reward credits. People, I love it, I love it, I love it. Now, the computer is searching out from Los Angeles Airport every airline that has the flight pattern that I just requested. It's going to give me not only every airline, it's going to allow me to see the type of equipment, it's going to allow me to see the itinerary, what time they're leaving out. So it gives me enough information in order for me to be comfortable enough in order to say if this is the flight that I want to go on, including the prices, in order for me to decide that. And once it finishes, okay, it finished, if you notice to the left here, it says airline. These are all the airlines that they found. So let's suppose you were a frequent flyer with one of these airlines and you decided, I don't want to look at all those others. And I always fly United. So you can click United and it will only pull up United flights. But I allowed it to pull up everything because I wanted to do a price comparison. So there, United Airlines has a round trip ticket for only $266.57. I continue to scroll down and go from page to page. There's Spirit, Frontier, American Airlines is there. So many. So isn't that wonderful? But the great thing about it is, let's suppose I was a frequent flyer with United Airlines. I'm purchasing this on a surge site. Well, just because I'm purchasing it on a search site does not mean that I'm not going to get my frequent flyer miles. In fact, I'm going to put in my frequent flyer number, and I'm going to get my frequent flyer miles. I'm going to also get my reward credit, so that's double dipping. But in addition to that, let's just suppose, we were going to use our Mileage Plus credit card also, which is linked with United Airlines. And then you're going to get additional frequent flyer miles. People, this is extremely good. That means you triple dipped for one purchase. But in addition to that, watch what happens. Let's compare our reward credits with their frequent flyer miles. Their frequent flyer miles, first of all, are good normally between 3 to 5 years. Our reward credits, 10 years. That's a plus. Their frequent flyer miles say that you can travel if you have enough miles and you've accrued a free trip. But there's something called blackout dates that you're reserved. And 9 times out of 10, those blackout dates are when you want to travel. But with our reward credits, there is no such thing as a blackout date. You can go whenever you want to go, with whom you want to go, and just enjoy yourselves. See, this is why we say membership has its privileges. Now, we've looked under extended stays under the bonus weeks. But I do want, before I finish, I want to share with you just maybe Marketplace and explain to you what that is. If you recall, when we were under bonus weeks, I told you to keep in mind the specific hotels or resorts that you were under. The reason that I said that is because Marketplace tab looks very similar to the bonus weeks. Is that not right? You see, doesn't that look like the bonus week? Now, it has a little difference in it, though. Look, there's that LC Granada Hotel. Remember that one? Over in Mazatlan? So let's just look at the locations and see where we can find some. Look at all the places now. Far more. Wouldn't you agree? Within the United States, look at there. Mexico, all these different places. Far more. So let's go to Florida and see if we can find something in Orlando. Because remember, under the bonus weeks, we only found one. And that one, I think, had maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I've forgotten, to be honest with you. Excuse me. So now it's supposed to find, okay, look, it found 3 of them. No, it found 17, didn't it? In Orlando, as opposed to just the 3. And here's that exact same resort that we saw under the bonus weeks. Well, RC, if we had saw it on the bonus weeks and now we saw it on the Marketplace, what's the difference? Well, the difference is this. First of all, I always tell my agents, I said, before you finalize, or if you see something on the bonus week, before you finalize it, if I were you, I would go in the Marketplace to see if they have it again. In this case, they do have it. Let's look at the availability. Wow. If you remember, under the bonus weeks, they only had like maybe 2 weeks available. Look how many weeks they have available now. That's 4 people can go. Look at all those weeks. Isn't that a lot of weeks? Wow. And I'm just scrolling and scrolling. So you will find a week that works for you and your family. Then there's 6 people can go. They didn't have that on the bonus week. There's 8 people can go. Wow. And you're just scrolling and scrolling. And then there's 12 people. 12 people can go to that beautiful 5-star resort. Now keep in mind, out of the however members you go, like it's 4, 8, 6, or whatever, one person has to be a platinum member. It's just like if you were to take me to Sam's Club. I couldn't go in Sam's Club by myself because I'm not a member. So one person has to at least be a platinum member. But now there's a difference between Marketplace and the bonus week. Because if you notice, this is at the lowest possible price that they're asking was $349. So let's suppose we found that $349 or whatever price it is really good. Because let's suppose we said it was $713 in July that they were asking for it. That's almost 4th of July time, up until July 1st. And they're asking $713 for 4 people. That's a good deal. But guess what? Have you ever been to a place that they say you can make us an offer? What do you mean make an offer? Just that. You can make them a crazy, outrageous price and say, I want to get it for $200. Well, the only thing they can do is say yes, no, let's negotiate. So if you said 200, let's suppose they came back and forth, or if a person had an offer on it already. I'm trying to scroll through to see if I see anything that has an offer made. I wouldn't gamble with it because that means someone else has placed an offer and you don't know if here's one for instance. Okay, there's 8 people they're asking for this week for $900, and there's an offer. Now we don't know what the offer is. So they may have asked for a crazy price, but if I really, really, really wanted this, I would give them nothing. I would not put an offer less than what they are asking, and I might go a little bit over just to see if I can be reassured to get it. You follow me? But 8 people can go there for that price, people. That's crazy. And because first of all, remember I told you my friends they've gone there for $15,000 to $20,000 or more to Orlando. So that's how the marketplace works. But if you notice, I haven't talked to you about pricing and stuff like that or anything because some people always pride themselves. And they constantly say, oh, but RC, I have a timeshare. I said, okay, great. Well, what's your point? Let's be honest with the timeshare people. First of all, they tell you when to go, maybe for a week and a year. And not only that, you're paying $400, $500, $600 a month or more every month. And if I were to ask you how many times did you use it, you might say I didn't even use it last year. And in addition to that, you're paying what we call maintenance fees on it. That's a lot of money if you think about it, in order for them to tell you when to go. And if by chance you want to go for a week that you didn't have in your contract, then they'll tell you have to pay more money to buy what they call points or something like that. But our membership says that even if you have a timeshare, you could call your concierge up and say, look, will you advertise my timeshare for me globally? Let people all over the world see it. And this is what I want to rent it out for a week. You tell them how much you want to rent it out for. Isn't that wonderful? Now you're making money on your timeshare instead of just spending money. But in addition to that, watch what else happens. Instead of you paying $400, $500, $600 a month after month after month after month, our membership allows you to go wherever you wanted to go, whenever you wanted to go. And guess what? Our price is only a one-time fee, less than the cell phone that you're holding in your hand, of $399. Our monthly membership is only $59.95. People, this is what we call crazy, out of this world pricing. And our membership sells itself. But let's suppose you told me, RC, everything you've told me was great about that platinum membership, but I told you we have 3 different products. There's somebody out there that may say, but I only want to become a travel agent. And I've always wanted to be a travel agent. And I said, well, we allow you to become just a travel agent if that's all you want, and that's all you were going to get. Nothing else other than what I said. We'll get you licensed, and you can go out and start booking people's travel and get a commission. How much does it cost to become a travel agent? A one-time fee of only $99. The monthly membership fee is $39.95. But there's someone out there, and we call that our silver package. There's somebody out there that may say, but remember, RC, when you had that business card and you passed it out to people? I would love to be able to do that. And pointing them to a website, and they save money. And when they save money, I earn money. Oh, I would love to do that. And at the same time, if I option to become a travel agent or want to become one, I could be one. That's called our gold package. It's like cafeteria style, a la carte. You select. But remember, that's all you're going to get, the ability to do those 2 things. How much does it cost? There's a one-time fee of only $199. And the monthly membership is only $49.95. But you and I both know you want the cream of the crop. Everything, the kit and the caboodle. You want that vacation vault that says where you want to get your platinum, you want to get those reward credits every time you purchase, and every time your clients go to your website, you want their reward credits. You want that vortex site. You want the ability to become a travel agent if you want to. You want to be able to travel those weekly rates for like $50 a week or $90 a week or crazy out of this world prices. You want that 110% price guarantee that says when you do purchase, you're purchasing at the guaranteed lowest price. And you want to have confidence of having a concierge if you want to be pampered. And I've already told you that the price is only a one-time fee of $399 and a monthly fee of only $59.95. So let's digest that for just a second and let it go in. See, whoever invited you on this call today, they didn't want to do a hard sell to you and try to force you to buy a membership to anything. Because, see, our membership sells itself, and I think you would agree to it. Now you can see how we sold over $3 billion in the travel sales industry. And at that time, we sold $3 billion in what we call retail. We're introducing a new facet to the industry now called wholesale. So if we sold over $3 billion in retail, what do you think we're going to sell in wholesale now? See, we're going to revolutionize the travel industry just like Uber did with the what? The taxi services or the transportation industry. Now that you've purchased the platinum member, we're going to pretend. And if I was standing right in front of you right now, and I'll call your name out and say, John, let me ask you an honest question. Congratulations, you purchased the platinum membership. But will you share this membership with your families and friends anyway? And 9 times out of 10, you're going to tell me absolutely. And then I'll say, well, John, since you're going to share it with them anyway, would you like to get paid for it? And you said, sure, I would. And no one's going to put any pressure on you. But the great thing about it, if you could answer yes to those 2 questions, then you may want to become what we call an SBA or a Search Business Associate. And you would only have to pay $10 additional. And that means now you own a company. You have the same benefits that a person who has a brick and mortar like Nordstrom's or anyone else to have your tax write-off. You have every tax write-off as a business owner. And everyone needs a tax write-off. But let me explain to you why your friends really ask you to come on this call tonight. Because our membership will sell itself. But if you option to become a Search Business Associate, and I want to stress that again to you, you do not have to become an SBA. If you wanted to purchase that membership and just go on and enjoy that membership and just go enjoy your retirement, you can do that. Just continue to pay your $59.95 a month. But with our compensation plan as an SBA, look what happens, and we've made this in graphic form because some people like to see things in graphic form instead of just reading left to right, up and down. Let's suppose this represented the person who asked you to come here tonight, this young lady in the upper left-hand corner. I can't get my cursor to. There we go. And this represented you, and you know that the membership speaks for itself. You purchased it. But guess what else? You shared it with some of your friends. Let's say 3 only. Or it could have been someone while you were on vacation. And you were just talking about that beautiful $99 resort that you're in, and they ask you, how do you like this location? And you say, oh, I love it. And then they say, the only thing I didn't like is that we had to pay $6,000 for this week. And you look at them bewildered. And you say, $6,000? And they say, well, yes, well, how much did you pay? You say, oh, I only paid $99 for the week. Oh, not for me only, for remember all my friends? And they're going to ask you, how did you do it? And just that quickly, this is going to be your answer. Go see RC. How simple is that? See, you don't even have to do the work. You just tell them, go see RC. And I'll do the work for you. And once they purchase a membership, you're going to get paid. How much? Let's suppose 3 people purchase that membership. Remember that $59.95 that you're paying? The company wants to tell you thank you, and you no longer have to pay it. That's over $700 a year that you're paying. You're free from. Isn't that great? But in addition to that, they're going to give you $30 for each one of those individuals. Just to hopefully you can probably put it to one of those $99 insider pricing, and go experience a week someplace exotic out in Brazil or Cancun or wherever. Or even local in Orlando or wherever you want to go. Apply it. But just that fast by sharing it with 3 people at your own time, because people do this on part time, some people do it full time, some people do it in leisure time when they're on vacation. They just do it, and they will get promoted to what we call in Surge 365. Oops. They will get promoted to what we call a team builder leader. Once promoted to team builder leader, they're going to do the same thing they did when they first shared this, when they first came into the company. And they're going to share it with their personal friends. So let's suppose they shared it with these 4 people right here, and they stopped. Now, they could have shared it with more. They could have shared it with less. I don't want you to think you have to even do 4. It could have been 1 person you shared it with, or 2. But for an illustration purposes tonight, I'm going to pretend as though you shared it with 4 people and you didn't share it with nobody else. That was it. No more. But then you basically earned $50 now from sharing it with them instead of 30. So you've earned $230. That's like $290. That's like $290 coming off of the principal you paid. You no longer pay the $740 for your membership. So you are really happy that someone told you about this program. But guess what? Just because you're not sharing it with your families and friends, these people said they're not dumb or stupid. They don't want to pay the $59.95 just like you're not paying it. So they're going to tell their families and friends at whatever time scale they can. And when they do, the company is going to send you $20 every time they share it with their families and friends. For how long? Until eternity. It never stops. It's in perpetuity. Until infinity. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? $20. But in addition to that, now that you are a team builder leader and you have a group of people, the company says when you and your team sell 7 membership sales, and you can clearly eyeball this and see that that's more than 7 because you shared it with 4. Here's 5, 6, 7. Then what happens? Well, what happens is for you, that team builder leader, the company is going to send you now $1,000, and they're going to send it to you unlimited for every set of 7. Because here's another set of 7 in here. Here's another set of 7. So you've earned over $3,000, or you supplemented your income over $3,000 just by sharing it with 4 people, and they shared it with their families and friends. Isn't that wonderful? But you got excited about it, and you said, oh, I'm going to go ahead and really get serious about this and share it with other people, since I haven't received over that. Because once you get at least 5 of these bonuses, guess what? You're going to get another promotion to regional builder. What's the difference between that and when you first came into the company? Well, instead of $50 when you share it with your personal friends, now you're going to get $70. And when they share it with their families and friends, you're going to get $40 instead of $20. All of this is in addition to nothing stops. But your team is getting bigger, so those sets of 7s are coming faster. So you're getting those $1,000 bonuses even faster. Isn't that wonderful? And you're just doing this while you're on vacation. See, we are in an industry, people, where we're having fun, money, when the economists are saying that everything is going haywire, saying that we're still floating above. And when you receive at least 15 of these bonuses, you're going to get promoted again to a national builder. Same principle. You continue to say, go CRC, and you get $80 instead of $70. And all of these people are still doing what they're doing, and you're still getting all the money they're getting. They call those overrides. And instead of $40, you now got a promotion to $50. Isn't this wonderful? And you can clearly see you'll have more than 100 people on your team by then. And when you do that, you've made all those $1,000 bonuses. But guess what else? The company is going to send you a $10,000 bonus when you do that. Isn't that great? They have contests that says, and if you do it within your first 100 days, when you come into the company, because you're working with a person that's like your team builder leader or RC, and guess what? They're going to give you another $25,000. How can they do this? Because see, we're out there in the field, and we're literally advertising. Instead of advertising with television with millions of dollars, they're resending that money back to the sales force. Isn't that wonderful? And you continue to work, but remember those first 3 people that you shared the membership with? Well, they said they wanted to become a team builder also. And they're just following your footsteps. And so let's suppose this guy's name is John, and he earns $500. Well, if he earned $500, that's his $500 he earned this month. We're going to say he earned $500 this month. Well, just because you shared this membership with him, the company is going to send you a $500 bonus for his earnings. The same thing if this person earned $2,000, they're going to send you a $2,000 bonus. And it continues that way for any person that you personally shared it with. Whatever their earnings are, collectively or individually, you're going to receive a bonus of that dollar amount. Same principle applies now that you have a group of people working with you. Every time they receive $1,000 or a $10,000 bonus, you're going to receive $100 or $200 or either $2,000 or $4,000 respectively, depending on which bonus that they've actually earned. And it goes on with multiple streams of income where you're going to get what we call residual income month after month after month. You're going to get money. But I always tell people this, I'm almost finished. Keep your eyes on this director's program. Because once you get to this position, if you decide that you want to continue to work, the company is going to give you a company car. You don't have to worry about applying for it because it's not a lease in your name. Because they bought a fleet of them, they're going to say, do you want to purchase? Do you want to get this Dodge Challenger or Dodge Charger? You decide, they give you the keys. They're going to pay for the insurance. They're going to pay for the maintenance. And in addition to that, you're already earning good money with the company, all those bonuses we've been talking about, but they're going to give you another $2,000 monthly bonus every month. So that's guaranteed $24,000 you're going to be guaranteed every year just for a bonus. Do with that money as you please. What happens when you get your next promotion? You give the keys back to this car and you select this car. Do you want a Mercedes, Jaguar, or BMW? Drive it for 2 years, there's another incentive. They give you the pink slip. And instead of $2,000, you get $4,000 guaranteed. Your next promotion in the director's program is what we call an $8,000 a month bonus with an $80,000 Rolex watch. Your next promotion, $12,000 a month. That's an executive director. You already own one of these cars. That's $144,000 guaranteed a year for a bonus. That's not your salary. And because you're in that league, the company says, we want you to represent us in a different car. What about a 2-door Bentley or a 4-door Bentley? Drive that for 2 years, and guess what? You get the pink slip. And finally, if you basically continue to work, you get $1 million bonus. Remember, I told you the person who invited me into this company, they received over $1 million in this company. People membership has its privileges. But not only does it have its privileges, it has provided us with an opportunity to make us proud to be Americans. I always tell people I'm so very proud to be an American. You know why? Because there are so many people who are willing to risk their lives and their families' lives just to see if they can just put their feet on our American soil. Why? Because they know that if they get here, there's some type of an opportunity that's there for them, that they can make it a better lifestyle for them and their family. But do you know that for people like you and I, who were born here, many times we take this place for granted, and that kind of disturbs me, I'm going to be honest with you. Because we have so many opportunities, and we have so many excuses on why we're not financially stable, or in many cases, financially independent. When we have opportunities like this, no one asks for a college degree. We just said be teachable and trainable. Invest $3.99 in yourself instead of taking $500 to Las Vegas and gambling, wishing and hoping. You invest in yourself, be teachable and trainable, and then you have a step-by-step process in order to make sure that you'll get what you're looking for. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It means that you're going to work alongside of a team of people who's waiting to take you by the hand and show you the how-tos. Better stated by someone far smarter than I am and far more richer, if I may say that, is Richard Branson. And if he could just give us some pearls of wisdom, I think it will be great that we take them. He says if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure you can do it, say yes. Then learn how to do it later. That is our presentation for tonight.